Dear students, you are welcome to my class. Today we shall discuss a new chapter about boys. You know, boys is a very important chapter for you because if you if you don't know about boys, then it will be very difficult for you in the higher class. So you have to try to understand the chapter. Okay, I am discussing now. You see on the board I have set some important things on this chapter. Okay, at first we have to know what is boys. What is boys? Boys is the form of the word which indicates whether the subject does the work or something has been done to it. Okay, you can write boys is the form of the word. This is the form of the word, a form of the word which indicates whether the subject does the work or something has been done to it. Whether the subject does the work or something has been done to it. Okay, so we have understood what is boys. Boys is the form of the word which indicates whether the subject does the work or something has been done to it. Okay? You know, there are two kinds of voices. There are two kinds of voices, and they are active voice and passive voice. You know, voice are of two kinds, active voice and passive voice. What is active voice? Now we have to know what is active voice and what is passive voice. Okay, active voice. At first, active voice. What is active voice? When the subject of a sentence is the doer or actor, the verb is in active voice. I am again saying, when the subject of a sentence is the doer or actor, the verb is in active voice. It is so because the subject is active. That is, here the subject is active. So this is called active voice. So when you see the subject is the doer or actor, then you can call it active voice. See an example. I do this work. Here you see this is subject. I is the subject, do is the verb, and this one is the object. Here you see subject, verb and object. Who does the work? I. And verb is do, and what? This one is the object. So here we see subject is active. Subject is active, and it has used at the very beginning of the sentence. So here the subject is active. So if we see the subject is active, then we can call it active voice. Okay, then passive voice. What is passive voice? When the subject of a sentence is acted upon the verb is in passive voice. Here subject is not active. Here the subject of a sentence is acted upon the verb is in passive voice. So when the subject of a sentence is acted upon the verb is in passive voice. It is so because the subject is passive. Here subject is not active. Here subject is passive. Follow the example. This work is done by me. This work is done by me. In the first example, in the active form, we saw I do this work. But in the passive form, we see this work is done by me. Here, subject is inactive. Here, subject is inactive. It's not active. That is, this is passive. So, this is called passive voice because here the subject is not active, it is inactive or passive. So This voice is passive voice. Okay. Active passive relation. You have to know active passive relation, then it will be clear to you what is active voice and what is passive voice. First you should know active passive relation. What is the relation between active and passive? Okay, I have given an example. You see, active. Meena opened the door. You see, Meena. Who? Meena. Meena is the subject here. Meena is the subject. And opened. The verb is opened. This is in past tense. So, opened is the verb. Opened is the verb. Okay, then the door. What? The door. If you ask a question with what, then the answer, what the answer you get is the object. So this is object. If you ask question with whom, you will get subject. If you ask question with what, then you will get the object. So here we have identified what is subject, what is verb, and what is object. Meena opened the door. Here Meena is subject, opened is the verb, and the door is the object. Here we see, here subject is active. Subject is active. So this is called active voice. This is called active voice. Passive. If we do it passive, if we change it into passive, then it will be the door was opened by Meena. The door was opened by Meena. Here you see, Meena is passive. Meena is not active. This is passive. So this is called passive voice. Because subject is not active here. Subject is not active here. Subject is passive. So this is passive voice. This is passive voice. You see, again another changing you follow the changing. Here you see the object is the subject. Here you see the object of the active voice is subject in the passive voice. The object of the active voice has been subject of the passive voice. The door, here the door is the object in active voice, but here in passive the door is the subject. So the object of the active voice will be subject in the passive voice. Okay? And subject of the active voice will be object in the passive voice. Subject of the active voice will be object in the passive voice with preposition by. With preposition by. You see Meena, but in the passive it will be by Meena. It will be by Meena. And you see open is in past participle form in the passive voice. Open, the main verb will be in past participle form. The main verb will be in past participle form in the passive voice. And also there will be a to be verb according to tense. There will be a to be verb according to tense. You see here in active voice, here the verb is in first form. The verb opened. You see the verb is in first form. So the auxiliary verb or the to be verb will be was, because the subject is third person singular number. So the auxiliary verb will be was. The to be verb will be was. In first tense it will be was or were according to tense. So you see in active voice Meena opened the door, but in passive voice it will be the door was opened by Meena. Okay, in this way you have to active voice into passive voice. Okay, in the question you have given some active form, then you have to make it passive. If you have given some passive form, then you have to make them active. This is the system. This is the system of the question. If an active voice is given, then you have to ask to make it passive. If an passive voice is given in the question, then you have to make it passive. Okay. So in our next class we shall discuss how to change active voice into passive voice. In my next class we shall discuss elaborately. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. All the best.